you guys for sticking with us. We figuring it out as we go. We organic. We mess up. We make progress. And this is what we do. So, thank you all. Rocky Man 365, what's up, Lance? Thank you for helping us out. By the way, follow Rocky Man 365, owner and founder and CEO of Streetlight Productions. So those that did not hear before, we were discussing TT Reacts and her past and her future in the comic book world. So TT, name your favorite superhero.
Punisher.
That's dark.
Look. Yo, what? Seriously, like, the only difference between the Punisher and Batman is that the Punisher ain't have unlimited resources.
And he still got it done.
And he still got shit done.
Well, he got arrested a lot, but he still got it done.
I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you have to do the Lord's work. You got to take one for the team every once in a while. But the Punisher is my dude.
Right now, because are you watching on your phone or anything? The video?
No.
Okay, so right now we have Talon, Beanie Baby, and Rocky Man 365. All family.
Hey, babies.
So, thank you guys for sticking with us. And this will be somewhat the new format. So, what you guys are seeing is what we will be putting on the YouTube channel. And then this will also be on the Anchor app as the audio podcast. For those that can't watch tonight and doesn't have time to watch the whole entire video, we will have this as an audio podcast. First of all, let me say thank you to TT for becoming the co-host of this, because I can get kind of dry sometimes, and I know that. But yeah, this will be great. So tonight, this is a treat, and this is your spoiler alert. Tell the people what we covering tonight, T.
Last Ronin. Can you not hear me?
Now we can. You were going out for a little bit, but we are going over The Last Ronin. Anybody that does not want any spoilers on this book, this is a book that is on third print now. Which the only other book that went to high printings was, I think, Dawn of X #1. I think. Don't quote me on that. Might be wrong. Anyway, just to give a backstory, when a book has so much popularity, they start reprinting. The first issues. So now, Last Ronin, it's sold out. And TT can vouch for this, because I had to look for a first print, and I spent $25 on a book that's $8.99. Because it sold out in 45 minutes. So the people that had first prints were, they were price gouging, which supply and demand. People don't like capitalism, but that's the name of the game. So yeah, we are going to be covering that with our good friend and brother. I gotta find him on the list.
I'm ready to play.
I got too many people in this.
You want me to invite him?
No, I got it. There we go. I had to look for the button.
I ain't had to do too.
Alright, so once he comes in.
Talk about this. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, Josh is not lying. And we're like, if you do not want a spoiler, they're on third print. You can order them now. They're $8.99. You can get it digitally for $19.99, which I do not understand.
Convenience fee.
Right. So get about getting it good, okay? You know what's crazy? People are now selling their used, already read books for $8.99.
They will continue to do that, especially with the second print that comes out this month.
Wait, this is the third print. This is the first print, right?
Well, no, the second book. Number
Or the
2
second
comes
book,
out.
yeah.
It should come out on the 9th.
Number 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, February 17th. I knew it was after Thanksgiving. February 17th. And I'm kind of excited because, what is his name? What is Easton's first name? Kevin?
Kevin.
Carl?
Kevin Eastman.
Kevin Easton. Like, his artwork in this book is dope. And he's doing the second one, too. So I'm super excited.
So, yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about, but we will wait till
Anyway, y'all, if you don't want spoilers, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. If you don't want a spoiler on this book, you don't
Jump
want
on
to
after you won't even
listen.
be heard. We will be posting it so you can come back and look after you read it. But if you have no intent on reading this and you just want to have a good time with us, then stay for a while.
Yeah, because we just hanging out. We waiting on Adam. And y'all are seeing what I'm doing on the screen, too. So.
You brought me the coffee one. Where's the rest of the one? Why did my Oreos are still out here?
All right, I'm going to make this easy.
Where's Adam? Did he fall asleep?
No, I just sent him one.
Okay, we can start off.
Everything else is solid.
I said so directly.
There he
There
is.
All right, there we go.
So, for people that don't know, the gentleman that just jumped in the chat is Adam, aka Life of TQ on Instagram, TikTok. You got a Twitter? Are you a Twitterer?
I am, but y'all not getting it. yeah, I don't want to see that side.
Why can't we have a Twitter, Adam?
Y'all think Southern Comfort is bad? Go to my Twitter.
You be out here, you trying to tweet them. I didn't know you could strap on tweeting.
So
ain't no filters.
So we were discussing the book, and we were telling people, if you don't want no spoilers, it is a really good. We didn't discuss it in length because we were trying to get you in here. That's why I took it off what I had it on.
Gotcha.
But how would you, in one word, we'll go round table, and we'll start with Adam since he's the guest. One word, how would you describe the story?
Just one word?
Just one word.
What? Awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce. That's two, but I'll take it. We'll use it as one.
You put it together. No space.
No space. You talk like you got a speech impediment. TT, one word.
Did you just make awesome sauce a compound word?
He did. He did.
Yes.
He put a hyphen there and just made it one thing. Okay.
This story in one word. I can subtract me. Sorry, guys. If I had to describe this story in one word. I can't. Adam, I can't. I'm trying to.
It's difficult. I get it. It's difficult.
But because even if I say just like if I kept it cheesy, it was like cowabunga. I would have to be like, but in a dark way. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you can't. You know what? I got a word. If you're under 18, cover your ears. Because I don't want nobody mama cover me. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's my one word. Damn.
My one word will be, just because of some of the moments in it, jarring.
Get all deep and use. What?
I can't stand him sometimes.
Well, I'm sorry, I could find out one word.
We said awesome sauce and damn, and he's like jarring.
But, I mean, it fits, does it not? Final page? It does fit?
It does.
And are you eating Oreos?
Don't come for her like this.
I'm not coming for her. I'm just concerned. And y'all know why.
I took my medicine before the podcast, so I'm taking the bit.
So, we open up the story as basically the turtle, because all you know about this one turtle is that's it. It's just one turtle that they focus on as far as the beginning of the story. They're just surrounded in a kind of toxic goo, and they are describing what it is, and what you're seeing is he's having a conversation with other people behind him. Yep. So what we're led to believe is that, you know, he's with people, and they're describing what he's about to do. And, of course, by the words that they're using and by the sense of the conversation, at least I did, and I'll ask you guys, like, I kind of thought, I picked it up automatically. Oh, he's talking to his brothers. Because just the way, well, these characters in particular, but that's how brothers talk to each other. Right. So, did you guys, when you read this story, did you have preconceived notions on who this turtle was?
For me, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it a hope, or was it like, ooh, I bet it's this, or, you know?
It was I bet it's this.
Okay.
Because in my head, it made more sense.
Right.
But were you right, though?
Yes.
Right.
Because when you think about it, it makes total sense.
TT.
Yes.
Lance is saying turn up your volume a little bit if you can, or move your laptop closer.
Oh,
and you whispering the closer you get. That's counterproductive.
I feel like you're judging me.
Not yet. So if you just sit right there, you're good.
Ooh, but that's like closing my stomach in. I'm big out here.
But put your laptop on your lap.
Oh.
She took her medicine. So, TT, were you correct?
Oh, yeah. But mine was on mine, you and I had talked about this. Mine wasn't like, I'm confident that it's this person. Mine was like, I hope it is, because if it is, it'll show him in a new light. Like, mine was more of a hope, like, come on, rooting for my dude, but, excuse me, but I did get scared for a minute when he started talking, because I was like, damn it, it's Raph.
So, yeah, they kind of throw you... They can throw you in a kind of... I don't know how I would say it. They throw you in kind of a hopeful mood because they kind of depict him as the other turtles. So you're running through it as, like, because literally in the book, he's just suited with every weapon of all the turtles.
And now his eye bandana is black. I verified that.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear my dog being rude? I don't want that to be in the video. Please hold.
No,
Y'all
I
can
don't
hear?
hear.
I don't hear.
Wonderful.
That's editing.
Look at this artwork, y'all. Like, this don't make any sense. Like, look at this. I don't want to. Y'all,
There you go.
yo, Kevin did the dang thing. Let's just be real. Sir Eastman hath outdone himself. And if you get the actual book, even the graphic novel, because I have both. Don't judge me. I felt y'all looking at me when I said it.
I was trying to
the graphics still
up your
pop out
volume.
even.
But
Even
as you guys saw that TT was showing you, he's just suited. Like, I thought he
Yeah.
was going to war that page. Like, as soon as it.
So just based off of the picture, there's no indication of who it might be.
Let me tell you, our fans, our people that are in the audience, they helping me out right now because I'm driving the struggle bus at this point.
Why?
Because I had to turn your volume up. I had to turn your volume up because it's streaming from my computer. So, and now everybody can see your face. So to go further in the story, the next page is this don't look like New York, and in the books and in the cartoon, we are told that the turtles are in New York.
They the reason I wanted to try a New York slice of pizza.
Oh,
Right?
And
All
real-
nice and gooey.
Okay, Michelangelo made it look like.
It was heaven.
As soon as I went to New York, I was like, pizza. That's what I'm getting. Pizza.
so in the picture that you guys saw that TT put up, it looks very reminiscent of like an authoritarian kind of community, as you guys can see. It's like full. The entire island of New York is just centered behind a big wall. So, would you guys call this a dystopian kind of thing?
Absolutely. The only thing that pointed that out to me, and I wasn't sure if it was because it was the nighttime, but as you read further, you realize that it's nighttime. And I don't know if y'all can tell this, the interior is surrounded with black, murky ass water, and you can see it dumping, see them dumping crud and stuff,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So it's almost like everybody is trapped there. That's just it. They trapped there,
Damn it.
which that's a hard pill to swallow. 2 pages in,
Yeah.
it slapped me kind of hard right there.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
That was one of the things that kind of surprised me is they kicked it off right page 2. They were just like, okay,
Right.
we about to get this done. I'm like, wait, where's the slow burn? You can't just
You ain't gonna lead
we
up
just
to it.
jumping into cold water. All right, got it. So Adam, as you went further into this book, and I don't know, have you read many Turtles comic books, or is it just cartoons and stuff that you watched as a kid?
The cartoon and movies,
Okay.
mainly.
Yeah. Now, I myself never read a Turtle comic. I probably read one, and it was like 1991, 92. So what I understood, and then Ethan, my child, by the way, my son, I bought him like all 4 volumes of the big deluxe books. It's dark. Like, in the cartoon and the movie, they're just like knocking folks out. No, they killing boys brutally. I'm just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have bought this for
About ripping
my
their hands
child.
from their shoulders like the whole nine. It's pretty dope.
So it's kind of reminiscent of what they used to do, and that was what got me excited when I found out that Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman were actually doing this book with Tom Waltz, and they were co-writing it. Not only is it because that the Turtles were their creation, it was like they were executive producers on a movie that you would want to see. Like, Stan Lee being on the Avengers, that sort of thing. So this almost looks like the last story of the Turtles, but it's reminiscent of the beginning, to me. So if Adam, you want to go into the next portion of the story as they go through, we see somebody that is related to a very major character in the Ninja Turtles lore.
Oh,
Did you not make the connection?
Casey
I did
Jones's
not.
daughter. T, if you want to cover her a little bit, I will show the picture to everybody.
Right. Yeah, they don't talk about her much though.
No,
But
you get a sneak peek of her.
the turtle, who is yet to be named, steals her bike, and someone screams out, "Hey, yo, check it out, Jones! Somebody just stole your bike." So literally, I was like, "Jones," as in Casey Jones. Casey Jones out here hitting chicks. Who's her mama? Like I wanted the backstory on that, but they didn't give it to us. They didn't give it to us. And we don't know if it's April. We don't even know if it's April. We don't even know if it's April. It hurts.
Yeah, they didn't really notice. They mentioned her, so you almost hope like in issue 2, because this is a 5-issue series, by the way, people. If you didn't know, this is a 5-issue series. They've only got 1 out. 2 comes out the 17th. Let me tell you, people are biting their nails waiting on the 2nd issue.
And I can you order that mug. I'm mad.
No, not
I
yet.
know, right?
They're not offering it because it's sold out in 45 minutes. They don't really touch on that character, so you're almost like, being a comic book reader, you're like, they gotta come back to it. They gotta come back to it. If they don't, personally speaking, I will be mad if they do not come
Write
back.
a strongly worded letter to IDW. That's what I would do. Give me. I am an angry black comic book reader.
You are playing with my emotions, sir.
This is inappropriate.
So, pretty much, after he steals, we will call her Jones at this point. We are just speculating that it's Casey Jones's daughter. I will reiterate that. We're speculating, or I am at least. But the turtle just seems like he's on a mission. But while he's doing stuff, he's talking to people. He's talking to people that are around him, just like he did in the beginning of the book.
He's doing this throughout the entire story, though.
Yes, and we will get onto that subject because that's a whole bigger issue. And the whole entire time, and this is just basically filler, as a comic book reader would say, it's just showing you his journey. And then when he pops up in the middle of the city, he popped up in the worst place he could have, which was right in front of the quote-unquote law enforcement of, I don't even know what they called this city. We will call it New York, for lack of a better word.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
But can we just take a second
Yeah.
and talk about the new Foot Clan?
Is that what we think they are, though?
Yes, because the son, overlord guy. We haven't got that far yet, so we'll just call him the son, grandson, overlord dude. Anyway, when he was talking and being all angry, he made a comment about the foot when he was fussing with the flunky.
He was, and not to go back on you, but there was a mistake. Well, not really a mistake, but from what the turtle that we have been following thought was these were robots. These were androids. That's what he thought.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hits one with a right hook, and then all of a sudden he sees a human eyeball under the visor, and he's like, what is going on here? What the hell is going on? And then the voices he's been talking to throughout this whole book, they're talking to him. They're telling him, like, looks like some kind of cyborg. A synthetic ninja, a sneaking sninja is what they called it. A sninja.
But that part jacked me up because you would think by this time they'd be fully robotic. But then when he punched the helmet off, and then the cyborg also presented itself as if it was just mechanical.
Yeah. Well, and then there's a mixture of both of them because then he attacks another opponent and it's a full cyborg. So there's a mixture and he just doesn't know which was which. But at this point, we are led to believe that preservation of life is not at the top of his list because he's just running through these guys. And as I said, most of this book is just his journey trying to get to his point. And then we get to what TT was talking about and the major person in the big black tower, as you could call it. And this person's name, they don't tell you really quickly.
I thought it was Oroku Hiroto.
Yeah.
Hiroto?
Iruku Hiroto. Iruku Saki was the name of Shredder, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of Splinter was Hamato Yoshi, or that was his. That was his name in the cartoon. In the movie, it was his master. So the name Oroku, if you're going, and I might be incorrect on this, but if you go by Japanese namesake, it's the first name that is the namesake, and the second name is like our first name.
Right.
So you're basically looking at the grandson of the Shredder, who is, for the lack of a better word, what TT said, Overlord of New York. Because they're calling him Master and so on and so forth. And that is pretty much the path of this turtle. Like, he's running through people like a man on a mission.
It's easy work, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, wait a minute. Don't just skate by that. Like, that's not a big deal. Like, this turtle is sliding through homies like nothing. It's like he's literally making split-second decisions on how to take out the most amount of freaking people at a time.
So, like, there's...
This turtle gives 0 fucks. Can we just say that? None.
So, like, there's 4 people with him?
Look.
Like he's 4 people in one?
In real life.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like, for a second, I was like, wait a minute. Are they there? Like, how is this happening?
Well,
like how Vixen channels all the animals, he channeling everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what.
And there's a very deep pull from the mythos in these scenes where he's just running through this company and getting to the top of this tower. And as he's going through this, the master says incompetent fools, talking about his equipment and his soldiers. And then he says, activate the Stockman tech. So anybody that does not know, if you've watched the cartoon, you know. Any cartoon that came out, my past or my childhood, the newer cartoons, they all had a character named Baxter Stockman. Mm-hmm. Baxter Stockman was the scientist that made the mousers that also became like a humanoid fly, at least in the 90s, back in the day. But the whole time, he's like, the turtle is talking trash because he literally says, I'm here, Hiroto, your destiny's at hand, face me. And he's calling him out. And all you see is this guy, Hiroto, telling him, like, you're never going to get to me. And then he fights the Stockman tech, which is, it looks like one huge mouse.
Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Light work.
It's
light work.
He's just going through them
all around, and then he was just like, you know what? I ain't got time for this shit. And that's what they all look like. That's it. Light work.
So basically, he gets to the point where he's overtaken by the big mouser, I'm going to call it. and is thrown from the tower, which is a far drop. I mean, he's at the top, and then he falls all the way down to the floor. So he's messed up. And then we see the second appearance of Jones. We're not going to say who she is. But we know. We know.
Oh, we know.
And then, who?
So look, let's put something else in perspective while you're looking for that.
Yeah, what's up?
We are now, just think about this. We are now dealing with an overlord who is a descendant of Shredder. And that means this particular turtle ain't a teenager anymore.
Nope.
And he's still, like, he got to be every bit as old as Splinter was when I was 12, is what I'm saying. Like, this turtle old as shit now. And he just out here.
Well, turtles do live to be like 100 and something years old, don't they?
I get that. I hear what you're saying. But we talking about, like, Shredder was a young
mastered Splinter Hole.
Right. Shredder was a young Thundercat when we was young. You know what I'm saying? When he first started trying to kill the turtles. You know what I'm saying? What was Mikey? 13, 14? We watched them until they were 16, and then they evolved into other shit. Right? So now, Shredder done had kids. So you know they had to take a little break so he could be a father. And then Homegirl started popping up in the cartoons. Then Shredder kind of sort of disappeared. And then the daughter became the evil warlord. And now it's her son and he grown. Yo, this turtle about 256 out here whooping ass.
Well, Beanie Baby just said Crush from Nemo was 150. So they get old with exclamation points. Dude. Dude. So what we're going to find out later on in the future is Hiroto is, basking in his supposed victory. But he's also mad. He's also mad because there's a turtle that was not found. And that's foreshadowing for later on. But he comes to a capsule or a hospital bed or something with somebody in it. It doesn't allude to who it is, but it says dearest mother. That's about it. And if you haven't followed the lore, you have no way. Like, I'm not going back and read all that. Even though I love comic books, that's a lot of reading. Not going to do it. I do enough as it is. So, we are just led to believe that that's his mother. And that's it. We don't know who she actually is. But, it's somebody of importance to him. And then, of course, he got a report, like, his second in command is empty-handed. And he's like, well, you're empty-handed. Nothing left of the carcass? No, master. The terrorist remains loose. So, he survived. So then you come to the turtle. He's in the sewers. And, for lack of a better word, he's kind of fucked up. So he strips himself. And notice, when he's doing this, he shows all of the weapons of the turtles. He has the sais that Raph usually uses. He has a bow staff that Donnie usually uses. He has nunchucks that Michelangelo uses. And he has a broken sword. And he's displaying these. So in the vision that you're seeing right now, on that page, this is the moment before somebody takes their own life, which is called harakiri in Japanese culture. So, and this only happens in immense failure. This is the only honorable death. So you are led to believe that he's about to take his own life. And that's what he essentially says. He basically says we were all always so different, so much alike. I miss my brother so much. I miss my father. More than anything else, I wanted to make him proud. In the end, too little, too late, story of my life. And then he says to himself, "I'm sorry, Father, I failed. Please forgive me." And he's about to take his own life. And then Jones sees him, and she basically stops him, and he passes out. So he doesn't, follow through with it. And then on the next page, Adam, if you want to cover the next to the last page, actually,
where he's
you can
in like a little
you can end up the
flashback.
story.
So this turtle, I guess he's seen a little not dystopia, a flashback where his brothers are alive and they're back home in the sewer. And he's like, what's going on? Like he's disoriented, but everybody else is like, oh, it's just a normal day. And so while he's confused, they're like, hold on. Basically, what I'm gathering is that he's been out for a long time in their time, and they're like, you're finally up. It's been a while. And then he comes to, and this future state of dystopia in a makeshift hospital bed. And you see somebody, coming in to give him his food and stuff. And it's no other than April.
Again, April done got old.
Mm-hmm. Got battle scars and everything.
She'd have been through it.
And then she hears him mumbling, and she's like, who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to? What?
Michelangelo.
So, I hope you guys heard that. You just heard that April is talking to Mikey. So this turtle that is for lack of better term, a one-man army, is the lighthearted, playful Michelangelo. So the one character that everybody had as the party animal, you have one of the best bits of character development I've seen in recent years. T, take your screen down a little bit.
I didn't want to drink on camera. Hold on.
Well, you're drinking water. I got water. Those that don't know, TT drinks water. Ooh.
Yeah, but the place that
Product placement. Sponsorship.
they're not gonna sponsor us if we doing it for free. No, I'm kidding.
So, what? Because as we know, and now we're going to get to the real issue of the book, every bit of art reflects life. Correct? So what would be the biggest issue in this book that is being spoke upon? Adam?
Me?
Or TT, go first. Go, TT.
It's the addressing the whole PTSD / mental illness for me. Like right from drunk.
Yeah.
Because you see him having these conversations, like full-on conversations with people they do not show in the book. So eventually you start realizing, oh, he lost it. Okay, cool. But then by the end, where he's about to take his own life for honor, he starts to talk about how he misses his brothers and he misses his father. And then it clicks. Then he has that flashback where he's with his brothers, which would be his dying wish. He misses his family. And then he's abruptly waking up by April O'Neil. Like, wasn't ready, is what I'm saying. I was like, oh, Mikey, like it was one, yeah, it right in the feels, right.
So, Adam, how did you feel about like part of his struggle? And did you, or how did you identify with it? How did you feel about that one moment, or actually the whole book? Because it kind of peppers it. So, how did you feel about it?
Um, like mm, going in knowing that it was only one turtle remaining,
Mm-hmm.
and then to see him talking to the others and getting advice along the way,
Yeah.
that mm, like when you're doing something and one of your family members that passed away, you hear their voice in the back of your head telling you don't do this or don't, or that's where it hit me.
Yeah,
And I was like, damn.
most of the time when I'm thinking about saying something I shouldn't, I hear y'all's voice. Like, why are you like this? Just don't do it.
Absolutely.
So,
But also with, as we call it, New York in total lockdown, and the way society is right now with nobody wanting to stay inside during COVID,
yes.
that's what I feel like is saying the future will be if we continue to don't care about society. Like somebody's going to come up in each city or each region and be like, hey, this what we doing. Y'all ain't got no say.
Jeff Bezos just
And
left Amazon, so we might be seeing his future. Just saying.
but yeah, that's where I got from all of it so far.
So when it confused me in the beginning, because on the first page and he's talking to him, like in the beginning of the story and he's talking to him, I'm like, oh, they're just going through mission plans. Got it. It's just like every other Turtle book. They're just doing something other. And then he did it by himself, and I'm just like, wait, where's everybody else? And then it got to the point where while he was doing stuff, he was still talking, and they still didn't show him. And I'm like, is this dude nuts? Did he go? What happened? What? Because I want to know what happened before. So I want to know the end of the story before the end of the story. Don't judge me. Then he gets to the moment that TT talked about when he was going to take his own life. And then he says, I miss my brothers. And then during the flashback you discussed, Adam, he's like, as they're saying, oh, you're finally up. Good to have you back, blah, 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 blah. He's like, wait, we're in our old, wait, hold up. What? This is not, where are we at? This is not our old, why are we here? Blah, 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 blah. So he's having a flashback at the same time, but having the knowledge of the present in his flashback, and he's just like, what's going on? So that speaks to, number one, what kind of mental state he was in, and how bad off he was when he showed up, and they got to him. So he was already close to death, because he was already seeing stuff. And then...
But then that starts at you. Then that brings on a whole. By the time you get to the last page, you got a whole slew of questions. Like,
oh yeah, well, especially when April shows up, and you're just like, wait a minute,
right?
How
did April find out? And then that's what made me think Jones
was yeah, because she's the one that took him to April. So and that's the same way I put it together. Like, oh, that's Casey Jones's daughter. It's got to be.
Because at first it kind of shocks you because when she sees him in the sewer, she's like, "Holy crap, no way!" But I don't know if y'all remember this, but the first time April ever saw the turtles and Casey Jones, that was their reaction too. So I didn't know if it was like a first reaction type deal, or if it was, "Oh shit, there's still one alive we didn't know about."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that kind of. I wasn't sure, but then when April popped up, I was like, "Oh, she already knew who the turtles were." because he stole her bike. She could have just went and called the authorities, but she went and got she went and got April.
Well, and then the only
Or is this all a nightmare? And that thing we thought is a flashback with just
Is
him
the
on the
actual-
regular, he
yeah.
having a night.
Oh,
yeah, you'll go down a rabbit hole. You'll go down a rabbit, especially when they make it 2 months after the freaking first issue and the second issue comes out. I already
I've been
went
coming
through
up with all
this.
kind of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I already went through this with Doomsday Clock. It was horrible. 2 months. Every issue came out in 2 months. So,
It don't take that long to read 17 pages. Stop playing with me.
but then the only tidbit you get for issue 2 is that. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Which is one of the best pieces of art I've seen as far as the Turtles. But, yeah, that is the Last Ronin.
Y'all, this move, and we didn't even give it all to you. Like this story, legit, as you read through it, will have you questioning, like everything you thought you knew about the Turtles. Because outside of the Last Ronin, we pretty much all have our ideals of the Turtles, right?
Yeah.
Leo is the leader, but you know he got the strong fist on and so forth. Raph is the loose cannon. We just don't know. He the TT of the group. We don't know what we're gonna get that day. You know what I'm saying? Look at Donnie. He keeps them straight with technology. Mikey is the free spirit that just go with the flow. So we all have our ideas of who these turtles are. So now we know that all the other turtles are gone. They don't give any identifying marker. You trying to figure out who the turtle is, but they putting tidbits of all their personalities throughout the story.
In one turtle.
And one turtle, right on down to the quotes. Like, who does that? I don't have
Like,
to take this guy.
That's what.
And in 2 months?
That's why I was not of the impression that it was Michelangelo. I didn't have any preconceived notions. I was hoping that it might have been one of two characters, like Donnie or Mike. Because the character development, as far as that part, it would have been the best if it was those two. It's better that it's Mikey, but Donnie was the sensitive tech guy. He was like, well, maybe we don't need to do that. I mean, he would still take down some people, and he was good at it, but he always sort of avoided it, so to speak. But when when they were talking about the synthetic ninjas, and somebody said a sninja, and that's got to be Mikey, because he was the only one that came up with dumb names. So in that, like, you kind of think, wait a minute, who is this turtle? Because right there was 3 different ones that I read, initially in the beginning. So they kind of threw you for a loop. And then when they come out with it, it was just, like I said, jarring. It's like, holy crap. And that's why we do that format like this on the Hero Complex. I don't want to tell you guys, we don't want to tell you guys the whole story, because really, go out and get the book. If you want to get the whole story and actually talk about this story with people that have read it, then go get the book. Go to, again, we have a Discord, as you can see. I actually have a conversation channel that you guys can talk to people about these books that we're covering on the Hero Complex. And that's why we just do a loose synopsis of it, and then we have our conversation. Because we want you guys to actually read the stories with us, and then celebrate it with us. You ripped your bag and board. Well, good thing I'm sending you a box.
Oh.
Yes.
So, you said you thought it would either be Donnie or Mikey.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was Donnie, besides their original weapons, he would have had more gadgets on him.
That part.
Possibly. But you also have to look at the nature of his existence. He might not have the resources for it. Now, he could make anything out of anything, and you could actually disbelieve it. Huh?
Exactly. He made a lab out of nothing.
And then made a pimped out turtle truck out of scrap. Like, what do you mean? You mean, my dude? Donnie was resourceful.
He was, but as I was saying before I finished, and then I'm judged for my perspective, you have to look at the resources. They might not have that much waste that goes with that. The only waste that we saw was the chemical waste, and most of the resources might be used for the city and the overlord that's there. So he might not have the resources. He's probably using, like, he has a broken sword. I mean, he's pretty sure he could have found a sword.
But pick me real quick though, because none of us touched on this, and I'm asking for a friend. I'm gonna ask for a friend.
Are you the friend?
But I'm a friend. You said that there weren't very many resources, and I get that 100%. But I would like to point out that it is clear that the turtles don't live on that island. He had to walk through and swim through that mud to get there in the beginning.
Yeah.
So wherever he was before may have had those resources.
Or maybe not.
You know what?
Because he's not in the city. He could be in a deserted place where resources aren't readily available, unlike the city. Because if you look at the surrounding of the city, the actual quote-unquote map or overview, there's not much except for the island in the center and the two bodies of land over the...
Right, which begs us the question, where was Mikey coming from?
Yeah, that's another thing that was bothering me. Like, where... Hold on, wait a minute. He wasn't in the sewers. So, where was you at?
You know what I'm saying? And then all that gun coming out the thing that was in the sewers. What? Look, Volume 2 coming out. Y'all know we're going to have a second one. We would love to have y'all on the show, but we need y'all to read the stuff.
February 17th, correct? That's the release date of
February
Part 2?
17th. I'm going to set my alarm. You're going to go on sale at midnight?
Probably. It'll be...
I got to wait to the store.
No, it'll be... usually they come out on Tuesday, but they can't sell them until Wednesday. But you can go on websites and pre-order them. They probably will open pre-ordering 24 hours prior.
Okay, because I was about to say I can't pre-order nowhere now.
Or, just information, you can go to your LCSs, which is local comic book shops, and open a pull list. A pull list is something that you can put out 3 weeks in advance, and they will actually hold those books for you. Now, I thought about putting a list of LCSs, like, well-known in major cities. But if you guys need the info, Google is free, but we will also look them up for you. Like there's Comixology, there's Milestone or Midtown Comics in New York. They have a website. Mile High Comics in Colorado, they have a website. It's readily available. You can always do it. Go ahead, T.
Real quick, I just realized Amazon, you can pre-order it for Kindle or Comixology, not the actual book like we're going for right now. But if you have Amazon Prime, you can pre-order it for $8.99 right now for your Kindle or all that. But I want the actual book, so now I'm upset.
So if you're not like me and you like to hoard tangible pieces of material, shout out OCD. You can go to Comixology, as TT just said. Go to Comixology, Amazon, and you can get the digital edition. And sometimes they come out with director's cuts or just digital firsts for some of the digital customers also. Sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah, it's still going to drop on the 17th, though. It says it's going to be Kindle on the 17th. So don't think you're just going to get a sneak peek. That's not going to work out. Okay, I tried it. Good one for the team, guys. Didn't work.
Okay, so here's what I can tell you. Some comic book shops will let them go on Tuesday, and some comic book shops do live sales on Facebook. There's a lot of them that will do a live sale on Facebook. There's a few of them that I can put in the Discord to let you guys know in the general chat. some of the comic book shops that do live sales, and they will do them on Tuesday night, but it's like first come, first serve. And some of these live sales, there's like 300-400 people in them. So get early. Make sure you ain't got no lag on your internet, and then you should be good. Or get somebody like me that likes to hoard comic books and buy stuff for people. That's not an open invitation, by the way.
So if you get through and you get, I'm gonna need you to get 2 just in case.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna get 2 for you and Adam, because I like you a little bit.
I feel special.
So
it sure would suck to have the next show and be like, Trees, did you read it? No, Joshua.
No, I ain't got it.
Joshua.
And then I hold up 3. Get 3 copies.
I'd be so high.
No, because then we can do a read-along episode. I can read it to you guys in my sultry voice.
Put the little
All right.
words on the bottom with the bouncing ball.
Closed captions. Any last words for The Last Ronin? Adam,
Any questions, John?
any questions? Any concerns? Any last thoughts?
I have a question.
Okay.
So, did Shredder have any animals around him at all? Because I can't think of any.
What you
Depends
mean,
on
like
which.
Rocksteady?
Yeah, Bebop
No.
Rocksteady, technically.
No, not them.
Oh,
I mean, like, if you see his grandson, as we put it, he's always surrounded by birds and the crows in the comics.
yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I would actually have to go back and read the older comics, but I haven't, like, anything before like issue 100. I haven't. Well, no, 95, which just came out, which they introduced the new turtle, which was Jenica. Oh, look at the confused face.
Who came up with this name?
Damn minutes. You're not just gonna pop up with a new Jenica, a new turtle.
So, issue 96, I think, was her first appearance. She was a human that was mortally wounded, and she got a blood transfusion. It's the whole Incredible Hulk story arc. So they got a transfusion by one of the turtles, and she ended up turning into a Ninja Turtle. And her color is yellow.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn. Wait, no.
Science don't add up. The science don't add up with this one.
Well,
let me get this straight.
Because it's a comic
Jenica
book.
was just like a little sister. She just out here kicking it, and she got hurt. And the turtles, out of all the times they done seen motherfuckers get hurt, they was like, no, we gotta say this one. But I'm gonna give her some of my turtle radiated blood. And then she just gonna morph into a Ninja Turtle. We didn't even ask her for permission. We just out here morphing people. And the Ninja Turtle, oh, guess what? We gonna teach you Kung Fu. Your color is yellow. That's how we doing this?
She already knew.
That's what we doing now? Nickelodeon?
They Mighty Morphin
Nickelodeon.
Mighty Morphin Ninja Turtles.
It was IDW.
Now I gotta go find this and read it now, right?
I have 4 copies.
Why are you like this?
Because I'm a collector.
Go ahead. Just send me the bill and put it with my box of stuff you sending my way anyway.
You know, he's still in my box. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it on Comixology. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and check it out.
So I just need to put all your stuff back? You gonna get it all on Comixology?
No, you can still.
You sure?
We ain't say all of that. We want both of them.
Excuse me, Mr. Quantum Traveler.
Greedy.
Stop. Wow.
Oh, Lance said, no, you ripped the bag.
I did. No. Wait, it wasn't my good. Okay?
And then Trey said, as we were talking about the new turtle, Trey said, they pulled a She-Hulk. Because that's how that's how Jennifer Walters became She-Hulk. Is she got a blood transfusion from Bruce Banner, and that's how she became She-Hulk.
He wanted somebody who could handle. Let's just be real. We all knew that was gonna happen eventually. He wanted somebody that could handle him in his Hulk state as well.
Well, that
Because folks mad.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
that's part of the Wolverine discussion we're gonna have on a live stream because Old Man Logan. If people in the chat knows about Old Man Logan, yeah,
Oh,
that's a story.
that's my business.
Lance said you ripped the board bag and it scared him.
But I didn't rip it. It was already ripped because my son was trying to show his dad my comic book. And I don't know why he thought it was like a purse or something. He was out here extra.
Well, my question is, why'd they put it in such a big bag and board?
I don't know, but I'm not mad. Probably because it's a thicker book. I'm just gonna get my really invisible tape and tape it back up. But I'm hurt. I ain't gonna lie, it hurt me. It hurt my feelings just now when I realized. But anywho, what were we talking about? I forgot. Squirrel?
The Mighty Morphin Ninja Turtle named Jenica.
Yeah, I think it was like issue 96 was her actual first appearance. 95 was when it started. 96 was when she actually turned into the turtle and became the 5th Ninja Turtle.
Be your own people. Dang, Jimmy.
Lance is giving you the business. Because he's like, the disrespect.
It was your little brother. You know, you be trying to have your own stuff. I ain't even gonna show y'all what they did to my comics. I'm not even gonna show y'all. I have my comics alphabetized and grouped by publishing house. These kids was like, ooh, I want a little bit of everything. And then as they read them, let me show y'all this, because y'all might not understand what I'm talking about. As they read them, they just throw them on top.
Oh.
Whose kids are these?
Take that off the... I'm gonna start itching.
He about to.
I'm gonna have to come to North Carolina just to organize your books.
I'm so mad. Do you know how long it took me to organize those? Now my kids just like Sovereign Comics was in their own little slide. My son, the Phoenix, tries to read stars every day.
I'll trade you. I'll organize yours. You organize mine.
I'm not that far yet. I'm trying to keep them organized as I collect more, so I don't have that issue.
Good luck.
My kids are like, F you and your comic book collection. We do what we want.
Good luck, because my brain does what your kids do. Nah, we'll just set this whole pile on the shelf. We'll get to it later.
Like they just legit just slapped them on top, like putting them upright in the box was gonna hurt. Like, I hate it here.
For those of you that are interested, we will be coming up with follow the Discord. We will put a schedule on the Discord to tell you what's coming up and what guests are there. As far as I remember, on the schedule next, which is in a couple of days actually, we have... Now I gotta find it. This is what happens when I take too many damn pictures.
Is his name Devin? Darian.
Dion? He's not till the 20th.
I was about to say Demetrius. I don't even know what Demetrius is.
He's just out here.
I am.
On the 6th, which is Saturday, we're going to do a live stream. Don't know if it's going to be Twitch, maybe Discord, maybe Instagram. Who knows?
It could be.
Could be Instagram. And what are we going to talk about?
On Saturday?
No.
Hate you.
Well, this is, if you don't know who the guest is today, it's Captain Obvious.
Hi.
We are discussing Wolverine. And that was based on a reaction that I got from YouTube, I do believe.
From me?
Yeah. Because apparently there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about Wolverine. So if you guys...
Universe.
There's only yeah. That's a continuity issue. They always run into it. Watch DC. They've already reset like 14 times. This is why we got the future state now because they reset again.
Can't live like this.
Yeah, we'll probably do Wolverine majority of the time, but then we can do some current events and talk about new stuff that's happening in the comic book industry and community because of the certain month that we're in now. There's 2 comic book stores that I want to showcase, and those will be showcased on Instagram, TikTok, and probably the live stream.
It is Black History Month, y'all.
It is. It is.
It is Black History Month. I don't know if y'all celebrate anything, but if y'all want to boost some black comic artists and some black comic publishing and things of that nature, please do so. We got the Soulverse. I know y'all all know about Sovereign Comics. If you don't,
Sovereign Comics.
You're missing out, and you're behind.
Okay, Sovereign Comics.
Concrete
If you don't know
Comics.
what it is, write it down because you won't be sorry. But he's also one like you read one and you're ready to read the next one, and then you gotta wait. It's that suspense. I don't like it. Netflix that got me spoiled. I binge watch everything. Now I gotta wait till next week. Disrespect. What's the name of the other one? Dang it! I was just talking to my friend about it, and I can't remember the name.
Which one?
It's another black-owned publishing.
Black Sands.
Black Sands. There you go.
Concrete Comics.
Mm-hmm.
I follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, Black Sands is doing amazing right now. I'm big ups to Black Sands. They're amazing. If you ever hear this, Black Sands, we would love to have you. Like, fangirling for a minute.
I'm working on that.
Nice. Sovereign Comics, we gotta have my brother back. We tried last week. Unfortunately, we had technical difficulties. But my brother, you gotta come back on the show. Concrete Comics. I don't think I've read any of yours yet. And for that, I'm sorry. But I'll remember it.
I'll send you the Instagram because I just now found him. But there's a lot. But that will be our episode tonight. Adam, thank you so much for being a guest, and we will have you back on issue 2. So put it on your calendar, and we'll make sure we do it before you work, or maybe not. I
You
don't
can
know.
do it while I'm at work. I don't care.
Okay, we out here. We work.
Y'all
One
give
day
me something to do.
And TT, thank you again for joining the team, and it is awesome to have somebody to actually talk to rather than myself. But yeah, tune in again. We will be doing this more regularly. Thank you guys for the support. Go to the Instagrams and go to the TikToks. Pump us up. Let's get up there because you'll see more of us. Love you guys. Stay on your grinds.
Love y'all. I love it.